Program 11 on Day to Day with St. Joseph. Jesus, Joseph's only child. Hi, it's Father Barry, and we're on our 11th program, and today we just look at Joseph being just a father for one, and he's not the blood father, right? He's the father in every sense, legally and in the care of Jesus all the way through his infancy to his boyhood into his teen years, maybe into his young adult years. He's the father. And Jesus will always call him that way, Papa. And I know that there are people today that have adopted children from infancy on, and they're called Father, and they ought to be. But some people also call Joseph the father of other people. But he was a chaste man. He was a celibate man. Yes, he was married. But he lived in a certain kind of relationship that was not going to be about having other children, either with Mary nor having had children beforehand. Hi, behind me is St. Joseph and child Jesus at the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception, one of the newer mosaics there, and timed well for this year of St. Joseph. So Joseph is holding the child, his favorite child. Is that his only child? Yes, it's his only child and his favorite child. There's been all these stories about Joseph being a father of some other people. 2 times in the gospel it comes up that the brothers of Jesus are around, or one other letter, the brother of Jesus, James, is around. Does that mean that he fathered them? Did he father them before he met Mary? Was he a widower? Did he father them after Jesus or before Jesus was born? No, we know that much, that he did not. But was he married before these children? Well, the answer is no, but it is a Bible difficulty because some people read it and don't hear the broader definition of relatives. The brothers and sisters of the Lord, his relatives, his close family. They hear it literally as just brother or sister. And so you have then what's called a Bible conundrum. Now, conundrum for those who want to take another position and say that Joseph had more than this child to care for. Don't you think this was enough of a child to care for right there? Do you think the Lord would lay other divided responsibilities for Joseph before, during, or after? I don't think so. I think logic and faith kind of say that Joseph was born for this, to take care of Jesus, to take care of Mary. And I have heard the other theories and at times been open to pondering them. Not so much now as I used to, because I've come to understand the devotion that was needed from Joseph for this job here, and this was his calling, his mission in life. And so we'll delve into the Bible verses that talk about Jesus' brothers and sisters today on Day to Day with St. Joseph. I'll just give you a few examples. Jesus and his family, Mark's Gospel, chapter 3. We'll hear that this year in the Mark and Gospels. His mother and his brothers arrived. Standing outside, they sent word to him and called him. A crowd seated around him and told him, "Your mother and your brothers and sisters are outside asking for you." But he said to them, reply, "Who are my mother and my brothers?" And looking around at those seated in the circle, he said, "Here are my mother and my brothers. For whoever does the will of God is my brother and sister and mother." Later in Mark, when Jesus gets thrown out of the synagogue in his hometown in Nazareth, the critiques say this: "Where did this man get all this? chapter 6. What kind of wisdom has been given him? What mighty deeds are wrought by his hands? Is he not the carpenter and the son of Mary and the brother of James and Joseph and Judas and Simon? Are not his sisters here with us? And they took offense at him. Matthew 12 also has a reading in it that talks about it. We'll go to that. It follows really like the other Gospels, with the same kind of message. The true family of Jesus. Someone told him, your mother and your brothers are standing outside asking to speak to you. But he said, who are my mother and my brothers? Here are my mother and my brothers, whoever does the will of my heavenly Father. One can see in the footnotes of our Bible that it says, a brother of James, Simon. In Semitic usage, the terms brother, sister are applied not only to children of the same parents, but to nephews, nieces, cousins, half-brothers, half-sisters. Adelphos, a brother. And it says, the question of meaning here would not have arisen but for the faith of the church in Mary's perpetual virginity. So, with Joseph, he may have known these fellows that are named. He might have even helped raise them in Nazareth or somewhere else. So he has a special role in their life. And then in Jesus' life, they consider themselves as kin to him, but they're not actual blood brothers. Joseph is only the foster father of Jesus. And that's plenty right there as a vocation in life. You know, with these Bible conundrums and now related to Joseph's life, I remember going to Catholic Answers Ministry out of California, to find out more of popular questions about the Bible or about the Catholic faith. And I remember in Matthew 13, it says, as in James and Joseph and Simon and Jude, and his sisters, are they not, related to this man, Jesus, meaning brothers and sisters, And I remember hearing the argument of, well, they're relatives, like first cousins, second cousins. So, now I found out that when Jerome did research on this many years ago, he said these four are from Mary's sister. That's where he thinks these boys, their name came from. It's interesting, though, another saint said that perhaps it's from the other Mary, the wife of Clopas, and this could be related to them. If you look over at Mark 15, it says that with Mary Magdalene was another Mary, not Jesus' mother Mary, and she was mother of Joseph. Okay, in Mark 16, it says, Mary, the mother of James and Salome. Now you remember James, Joseph, Simon, Jude, and sisters. Okay, so you realize that there's these other Marys that are mentioned in the crucifixion scene and the resurrection accounts, where they're under the cross and then they go back to the tomb with the spices. And yes, they're pretty close related to Joseph. He knew these people, and if they were at the Calvary scene and coming to the tomb, then these were pretty special people to Joseph years ago. That is, if their relationship went back that far. But they're there in support of Mary, the mother of Jesus, and Joseph, we now know, has passed already. How many years before, we don't know. But it could be that Joseph had a part when these people were young in helping them. And I've known a lot of single men through my years, and I've been a single man all those years. And I know that a lot of them give extra time away to their siblings, kids, or to parish kids, church kids, or to ministries, or to things like coaching teams. And it's almost like they're a father figure. And I think Joseph probably was to some of these people, especially if they're related to Mary or related to Clopas. Then they had a special relationship to Joseph, but they were not his actual blood children. And that's what I learned through Catholic Answers in researching this years ago. We'll stop right here. There's lots more to talk about on this subject tomorrow for part 2. And remember to get the book for our start on February 15th with the consecration of St. Joseph. In the first chapter of this great book on Joseph, we'll be going through it a chapter a day, and the chapters are about 3 pages long.